So what we've done here is we've rotated our iPad so it's in a vertical orientation. And I just want to briefly go over some of the buttons for those of you who are really new to iPads. Now, in this particular picture, what you're seeing is an iPad that has a home button. Some of you may or may not have home buttons depending upon the model of your iPad. Perfectly fine. I'll address that as we start, kind of getting in and navigating. Just for starters, number one, that is your home button. If you have one, we'll be using that today. Number two, this is your charging port. This is where you plug in your iPad to charge it up. Now, you may have noticed that if for those of you who happen to have both an iPhone and an iPad, you actually can plug in your iPhone into your iPad's charging port and charge it. But I would recommend that you use the charger that comes with your iPad, because it's really meant for charging up an iPad. It'll charge it more efficiently and faster. So that's just my tip for when it comes to charging your iPad. So right on either side, what you're seeing is number 3 here. On either side of your charging port, these are your speakers. This is where the sound comes out of your iPad. So just be aware that that's where they live, and just try not to cover them up, because then the sound will become muffled. Let's head up to the top of our iPad, all the way in the top right-hand corner there. Number 4, this is your on-off button. You can actually use your on-off button in 2 different ways. When you press and hold down the on-off button, you'll see a message that says, swipe left to shut down your iPad. And then if you press and hold your on-off button again, this is how you can start your iPad. So that's when you do the pressing and holding motion. Now, if you simply click on your on-off button once, that will actually put your iPad into what we call sleep mode. And then clicking that on-off button one more time will wake it up. So you can use your on-off button to do 2 different things. It just depends on how long you press and hold it for. Numbers 5 and 6, these are your volume up and volume down buttons. This is where you can raise the volume and lower the volume. And then number 7, up here in the upper left-hand corner of your iPad, for certain models, this is what we call your headphone jack. You'll notice if you look at it, it's got a little round circles, like a little hole there. This is where you can plug in either your earpiece, or if you have a headset, you can plug that in. Now, newer models of iPads, for example, like an iPad Air, they do not have headphone jacks. Sorry, they use something called Bluetooth. So don't panic if you don't have everything that I'm showing you. It may be that you're just using maybe one of the newer models, iPad models. Last but not least, number 8, this is where our camera is. So it's always good to know where your camera is. So when you're on a Zoom meeting like this, or you're on a video call, you know where to look. So just a brief orientation into about your different controls. All right, let's start getting into our iPad. So if you'll give me a moment here, I'm going to rearrange my screen. I have my iPad screen right over here. Sorry, I've been talking a lot today. I also just want to turn on my, question.
Yes, we have a question in the chat box, and we want
from
to
Karen.
ask some questions.
I recently received an iPad, a used iPad. How to add other sites like Pinterest. Will the iPad sync my phone with, will my iPad sync with my phone and Mac Pro? I have, where's my phone? I actually, I can talk about how you can download apps from the App Store. If I download an app, we can try this. I'll download an app on my iPad and see. I have an iPhone too. I'll see if I can sync it up with my phone. I think we have to do this separately, but let me just try. Well, we'll give it a try. So I'll show you how to do that. Ruby, do you have a question? Feel free to unmute yourself, Ruby.
Okay, are you using an Apple device or an Android?
I'm on an Apple. This is an iPad. That's what the class is for, iPad.
Oh, okay, I'm in the wrong class then, sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. Glad you found
No,
out.
no, what was one, I have a Samsung, so what would that be?
That's an Android device.
Android, okay, good, I'm sorry, okay.
That's okay, Ruby. Okay, so for starters, let's talk a little bit about what we're seeing on our screen. Always in the upper left corner, and by the way, you may have noticed I rotated my iPad. I like to use it in like the landscape mode, if you will. I do have a home button on mine, so I'll be talking about how you can not, if you don't have a home button, we'll talk about other ways to navigate. But I just wanted to draw your attention to the upper left corner. This is where you can always find the date and the time, always right there. And I'm going to change my color. So that's in the upper left-hand corner, the current date and the time. Over in the upper right-hand corner, I have a number of different symbols. Now, you may not have the same, you may not see exactly what I see because I have certain things turned on that you probably don't have. For starters, if you have a cell-enabled iPad, I don't, but if you do, you will see at the left here, you'll see like a little bar, a vertical bar, which tells you the strength of your cellular connection. So if it's filled up with white color, that means you have a strong connection. If it's fluctuating a lot, that means your connection is not all that strong. It's a little iffy. Now, for the rest of us, what we'll see on our iPad in the upper right-hand corner is a Wi-Fi symbol. It's that little, I call it a fan shape or a wedge shape. This is your Wi-Fi connection. It tells you, do you have a strong connection, weak connection? So if that wedge shape is filled up with white color, that means you have a strong Wi-Fi connection connectivity. If it's fluctuating, sometimes it's halfway filled up, that means that your connection is, not as strong.